The first Terraonion FPGA product released for the NEC platforms was the Super SD System 3. However, for all that it could do, there was still more to be desired, as it did not allow SuperGrafx games to be played, and there was no option for digital output. Now, Terraonion has released the Super HD System 3 Pro that does exactly that and then some. I've put mine through the ringer these last 2 weeks on my TurboGrafx 16, and now it's time to dive in and review the latest in Terraonion's FPGA line of products for the NEC hardware consoles. Let's do it!
Like and subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when we go live.
The Super HD System 3, or SHDS3 for short, can play Hue Card games from your SD card like Devil's Crush, Bloody Wolf, and one of my all-time favorite games for the TurboGrafx 16, Ninja Spirit. I loved this as a kid and thought it was one of the top arcade ports I'd ever seen for the TurboGrafx 16 console. The device can also play CD-ROMs, including arcade and Super CD-ROMs, giving you access to games like Castlevania Rondo of Blood and one of my favorite shooters of all time, Lords of Thunder. Let's first look at your video options, as this device now outputs both digital and analog formats. The analog output is pure and free from jail bars. The unit outputs a pure RGB signal via the Sega Genesis Model 2 style connector, and I'm using the HD Retrovision cables to connect mine up to the TV, and they look awesome. Just be sure to change the analog brightness from normal to medium, and do that in the options menu. Otherwise, it will be a little bit too bright and will feel kind of washed out. Brand new in the SHDS3, this unit now outputs digital over HDMI at either 480 or 720p. Several other options are included, such as scan lines and brightness as well. There is also a filter that allows you to select either smooth or sharp. And the smooth applies a filter to soften the video and prevent an overly pixelated image. Sharp is more detailed image where the individual pixels are a lot easier to see. And this option behaves a bit different in 720p mode. And this is because the pcengine has 3 different possible resolutions. So it's not possible to have integer scaling that works for all 3. That's why you'll notice that a lot of games look slightly wider than normal, and that's because they're trying to overcome this issue. So you'll just have to select the resolution that looks best to you. There's also a color table and brightness setting for both the analog and digital outputs, and you can even load your own custom palettes so you can fine-tune the look of your games for your setup. It's pretty cool. Getting into the interface from a game is simple. Just hold select plus run, and you can easily switch from games there. Firmware updates are also very simple. Just download the file, place it in the root directory of your SD card, and it will automatically apply it when you power up. One feature that was advertised a lot was the ability to load in FPGA cores. However, at the time of this video, neither the manual, the online wiki, or even the Terraonion website had links or instructions for what cores are available or how to load them. This is really unfortunate, as it's a really cool option, and I would have liked to have tested it for this review, but I'm confident they will have the availability, to do this pretty soon so that we can test it out. Just gotta wait. There was one feature that really caught my attention when I looked in the menu, and that was the Hue Card Dumper. There's the ability to actually dump your Hue cards. Backing up the Hue cards that you have is a neat feature, and I have to be honest, Playing a ROM that I backed up felt so much more rewarding than playing just any copy that I happen to have. You should try it out. So this is how the Hue Card Dumper works, and it has some interesting features that I wasn't aware of. To start, the Hue Card Dumper has a size verification check to determine the ROM size. Next, it also has a checksum feature to get the CRC checksum of the ROM, and it will show it to you on the screen so that you know what it should be if you ever need to compare it to another ROM file. Once the Hue card is done, it will name the first one dump00.pce and the next one dump01.pce, and it'll put it on the root of your SD card. And if you have the database cover file folder in there, which you can download from Terraonion's site in your account, when you reboot, scan that folder and you will get the cover folders for those ROMs. While Terraonion's new product does offer a lot, there are some noticeable drawbacks that I wanted to talk about. I wish, for example, the video outputs could be used at the same time. So for now, you just need to choose one or the other, but it would have been nice to be able to use both. The next thing is, of course, the price. The price is also pretty high, and with shipping and the other taxes, you're close to around $300 for what you're getting. There is also the scanline limitation, as you cannot use them on the analog output, only on the HDMI output. But on the HDMI side, I can't seem to get an exact 4:3 like I can on the analog. It's either slightly too wide or just a little bit too skinny. In regards to compatibility, this thing ran just about every game I threw at it. Dakamura on the SuperGrafx was the only one I noticed that was running a little bit slow, which is kind of a bummer since that's the main game I love to play for the SuperGrafx, but totally playable, just something I noticed. Maybe they'll tweak it in the next firmware update, who knows. The manual also says that there are some FMV games that are slightly out of sync with the seek time emulation, such as the original Sherlock Holmes, which I noticed, but they're also working this and these are known issues, so I'm not too worried about them. And last in our list of annoyances was the device was only meant for the SuperGrafx, CoreGrafx, and pcengine. So when you try and attach it to your TurboGrafx, you're going to notice that it doesn't quite fit. So you're going to have to undo the shell, attach the device to your extension port on your TurboGrafx, then reattach the shell around the device. Just annoyance, but hey, I got it to work. So the big question, is it worth it? While the upgrades to the Super HD System 3 Pro are good, those cons may steer a few folks away. However, if you're a fan of the NSE hardware line like me, and are looking for an all-in-one, flash card, optical drive emulator, and FPGA product, for the SuperGrafx, TurboGrafx, pcengine, and CD-ROM games, then I think you'll definitely get a lot of value and enjoyment out of this product, and I highly recommend it. So thank you again so much for watching, and post your comments below. I'll catch you later.